I'm ready to get the show on the road.
Welcome back to Eating Good.
Redo. Sorry, I breathed really
I
hard.
can cut that out, David.
I breathed really hard as soon as he started talking, so I felt conscious about it.
Okay, just start again.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Are you ready? Welcome back to Eating Good, the podcast where we go to different food establishments in the Columbus area and wherever we travel to. I'm Oscar.
I'm Sam.
I'm David.
This week, we don't have Marisol. Good riddance. But we do have Isabella stepping in on the mic every now and then.
She says she's not going to be involved, but we'll see.
We'll see. This week, we let David choose where we're eating out. So take it away.
All right. So, found out today. It was my pick. Also happens to be National Pizza Day, so that helped out. Helped me narrow it down. And I decided to take us to Hound Dog's Pizza. So Hound Dog's Pizza is a place that serves creative pizzas, classic subs, and dozens of beers served in a cozy storefront a mile from Ohio State. I like keeping up with different food lists around the city, and Hound Dog's is always towards the top of the list of a favorite pizza establishment here in Columbus.
So I can start with the appetizer. We ordered their lasagna bites. Homemade lasagna bites, breaded and deep fried, served with a side of marinara. What did we think about these?
They were ginormous. They were not bite-sized.
No.
They were like if you got a normal slice of lasagna and then deep fried that.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like a 3-bite size if you're taking big bites.
Yeah.
I could make it into. Just saying.
Gosh.
And they were piping hot, so there was no way you were going to eat that in one bite.
No, I don't think you could even, if you fit the whole thing in your mouth in one bite, that would be wild.
I don't know.
I think you could do it, but with how hot it was, it would have been like scathing hot and burnt your mouth.
Unfortunately, I probably would have had to spit it out. Because you know when something's so hot and you don't expect it, it's just like, dude,
and then it's like covered in your slobber.
You do that.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta do, but that big ass bite, there was no way you were gonna your way through that. No,
punch it out with your tongue.
Because I wanted to enjoy the rest of the meal with my taste buds. So I was like,
it'd be the worst, burning the top of your mouth before you even start eating the pizza.
In little bites, it was good. It was definitely good.
Yeah, I did wait. I had a few slices of pizza before I had my lasagna bite, and it was still piping hot. Yeah. It was, lasagna, and then it just deep fried on the outside.
It's gonna taste good because lasagna is good and fried stuff is good.
Right.
But I could feel my arteries clogging as I was eating it.
It's actually good that we only had one each because more than one would have been way too much fried.
It's like fried Oreos. You go to the fair, you order one, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to eat all of them. They're going to be so good. But you have like one or two, and you're like, oh, no.
Too much.
I need to share these because there's no way I could. Same thing. If you ordered one for yourself, good luck.
Yeah, that's a lot. What are you guys rating it?
I think I have to give it a 7 out of... actually, I'm going with a 6.5 out of 10.
I was just thinking like the exact same thought process. I was like 7. I was like, that might be a little too high. I'm going to go 6.6.
I'll give it a 7.
It was good. Like, you can't deny that it wasn't tasty, but would I get it again? Probably not.
No.
Right. Glad we tried it.
Yeah.
Because again, like if you went alone and ordered it, it would definitely be too much. But sharing wise, it was good. The marinara
was good.
I had a couple little chunks to it, which I always appreciate.
All right, so let's move on. So we got 2 pizzas. The first pizza we got was the pesto pie, which included provolone and mozzarella cheese blend, homemade pesto sauce, diced tomatoes, and feta cheese. And we also got it with their traditional thin crust cut into squares.
It also had black olives, but we omitted them because we could do without.
Yeah.
There's already a lot going on with the pesto and
Did not need
such.
olives. No, thank you.
And I guess I should explain myself. I'm the olive lover here, so I would have been the only one being pro olive, but I think black olives are the second worst behind Kalamata olives. So we could do without.
Yeah, olives is really the only food that I actively dislike.
Yeah.
Fair. But oh my gosh, dude, when we were like, should we get mushrooms on a pizza? You were quick with
You
no
were like,
mushrooms.
no.
No mushrooms on pizza.
I was like, you don't like mushrooms? You're like, I don't like mushrooms on my pizza.
Fair. I was like, okay. I was like, I thought you liked mushrooms.
I was gonna wait till we got to the custom pizza, but I guess I could talk about it. So I like trying different toppings on my pizza because I want to know what I do like and what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain things that I will never get on my pizza, and mushroom just happens to be one of those things. I like mushrooms. I like cooking with mushrooms. I like eating mushrooms, but I don't like them on my pizza because I feel that mushrooms always give the pizza a different flavor that I don't like on my pizza specifically. So if I have to choose, I'm going to choose no mushroom.
No mushrooms.
I don't like bacon on my pizza. I don't think bacon belongs on pizza.
Ooh.
And a lot of the pizzas on their menu had
bacon on them?
And I was
Yeah.
like, nope. I need to, nope, thanks, nope.
I'm also not one of those people that's a diehard. I love bacon. I could eat that all day. No. The other day, I was making an egg wrap, and so I had 5 pieces of bacon, crushed it up into my wrap, and it was way too much. Partway through, I just stopped eating it. I took out all the bacon and just ate the chicken.
Dang.
And then the last thing is sausage. I don't really love sausage on my pizza. I can do without it.
Any sausage, Italian sausage, regular sausage.
All sausage
Just
doesn't go on the pizza.
Hold
So
it.
you didn't like the breakfast pizzas from high school?
No. Really?
Those were so good.
I actually didn't start eating those until probably my junior or senior year of high school. And it was more of, this is the only thing available to eat. I'll eat it.
Like for breakfast.
yeah.
Yeah, because for breakfast, it was like whatever they had, like that's what you were eating. There was like no options.
Yeah.
That or a super donut.
And I don't love super donuts. I think I don't like the texture.
The texture is different than like a regular donut, but there's a little piece of love in my heart always for a super donut.
Mm-hmm.
What would you describe the flavor? Is like maple?
No.
No?
Because I wouldn't like it if it was maple.
Oh, I love like a maple.
And I love a super donut.
like a maple syrup is always what I pictured. But anyways, pizza.
The pesto pizza, guys. Let's get it together.
All right. Let's bring it back.
So this pesto pizza, I like that we got the thin crust version because it already felt kind of like a healthier pizza, and the thin crust just made it even easier to eat. The thicker crust felt a little greasier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to our second pizza, but if one was a thick crust, one was a thin, and when you looked at the cardboard underneath them, the thick one was like a completely different color, and then the thin one was still like not covered in grease, like the normal color.
Yeah.
There was one point I noticed you were going to put something down, and you like stopped because it was about to be on the greasy plate. And put it on the other one.
Yeah, it was the marinara cup.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so funny you saw that, actually, because that's exactly my thought process.
You're
I
like,
was
whoa.
like, that spot's way too greasy. You got to put it on this not greasy spot.
So you can see like the grease lines from like where you picked up the pizzas
Yeah.
too. It was all separated. I love a thick crust. So I'm not the biggest thin crust, and I know that's like a big thing in Columbus with Donatos and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I like Donatos, but I have to like mentally prepare myself to get that thin crust type of pizza. All that to say, I guess, I thought the corner pieces of the pesto pizza were really good because it was really crisped up.
Yes.
The pesto for some reason stuck out more, and then like whatever cheese, the little cheese that was on it, was just like crunchier, and so it's just like the nice crunchiness to it. Whereas some of the more middle pieces were a little more flimsy. I will say, I think the edges, I'll give like a 7.5, and like the other pieces, like a 7. So I'm gonna meet in the middle with like a 7.25.
Okay, it's pretty good.
I actually really did like the pesto as a base.
Yeah.
I liked it more than I thought it would, and I know I like pesto, but in the pizza, it surprised me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was excited for this pizza just because it was a pesto base. So I knew it was going to be different than like a normal pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoy pesto. I almost wish it had even more pesto on it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, I would have liked a stronger pesto presence. And it still had a good presence. Like, you could tell right away when you bite it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like pesto. But I was like, I want it even stronger. I mean, overall, I liked it. But I definitely like our second pizza a little better. So I'm going to rate the pesto 6.8.
I'm going to give it 7.25. I don't think I would order it myself, but I really enjoyed it more than I was expecting to.
Yeah, dude, it was so funny. Like when they put the pizzas down, like I think it was Sam. You were like, that pizza looks a little underwhelming, and I was like, yeah, it kind of does look, but the taste definitely was there.
Yeah, it didn't look very appetizing.
Just like compared to the other,
Compared
like
to the other one.
glistening, greasy goodness of the other one.
Do you want to give a rating to anything?
The lasagna bites, I give them a 5 out of 10.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's not that good.
They weren't that good. It just tasted like fried food.
Fair,
Yeah.
True.
fair.
And the pesto pizza?
The pesto pizza, I think it was kind of bland, but I liked how crunchy it was, so that made it taste good. So maybe like a 7.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to our final pizza. So we got a custom-made 14-inch pizza
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
with their thick garlic crust. We got pepperoni, banana peppers, and fresh garlic. What do we think?
Well, I think pepperoni and banana peppers are a wonderful combination.
Yes.
I keep bringing it up. Donato's, just because I order there a decent amount.
Oh, you do?
I'll get like emails like, oh, 30% off today. And I'm like, fuck. I have to order
You got
something.
me.
And so one of the pizzas is called the Founder's Favorite. And it's literally just pepperoni and banana peppers.
Oh, okay.
So even they acknowledge it's a great combination.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say. Oh, that's the only Donato's connection there. But yeah, I've always loved banana peppers, and pepperoni's always been a staple.
I'm happy because I feel like we all kind of wanted a plain pizza, but then also didn't want to waste our pod episode on a plain old pizza. So we're like,
Right.
what else can we add to make it a little bit more interesting, but not too different?
Right, like overpower it.
Yeah. So banana peppers, I think, was a perfect compromise, and we were all pretty excited about it, I
Mhm.
think, when it was suggested.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think we were ordering. We're like, do we want to add something else? Like, what could be a third topping? Obviously, my go-to, I think, third topping is sausage. But I was like, obviously, I'm not gonna be like, Oscar, no, we're getting sausage. Like, and so spinach was on the table,
Mhm.
and I was like, I don't know. I like spinach. Don't get me wrong, but on a pizza, I don't know. I was also worried it would be a lot of spinach, which I don't
Too
know
much
what the
spinach.
ratio would be.
Have you ever had spinach on a pizza?
I don't believe so. No.
So whenever you put spinach on a pizza, it
Oh,
always
it
comes out
shrivels.
crunchy. Yeah, it always
Yeah,
gets like
true.
just kind of blended into the cheese as like little crunchy pieces, almost kind of like seaweed, but not as
Salty.
salty,
Umami. No.
and a little more crumbly. Like it crumbles easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they never put a ton of spinach on there. I feel like it's always like a few leaves.
Well, see, because I know that's how they do it with like basil, but I know it's
Mhm.
because basil is like a strong
Ah.
flavor, and I was worried. I was like, I know spinach is not as much. I don't know why I pictured they were gonna put like because
Like they're gonna make the pizza and then just throw a bunch of spinach after.
or
You thought it was going to be handfuls of
it's
spinach.
just handful.
that
Even
is,
if it
like,
shrinks, I'm
covered.
like, it's just gonna be a lot of spinach. Because like I bought a bag of spinach. I know how much spinach comes in a bag.
David's like, I don't want to be eating a salad pizza.
Yeah, no. So I was like, all right, what can we do? I was like, how about fresh garlic? Everyone seemed pretty on board with it. I didn't know what that entailed. Like, I thought it was gonna be like the whole clove, but I think it was like, my guess is it was mixed into like the tomato sauce because I don't think I saw any of the garlic.
Was it not the little white specks?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
I think it was. It was like minced
Oh.
garlic.
Okay.
Yeah.
On top.
Oh, okay.
Or they might have even like grated it over top or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. But
'Cause I did
there was like
see that.
tiny white flecks on the
Yeah.
pizza, and I think all of that was garlic.
Okay. That makes sense. It was like I did see it on like the pepperonis and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I knew which bites were gonna be more garlicky.
Okay. It definitely came through. I could
Yeah.
taste the extra garlickiness, and obviously not ideal for a date. But since we weren't on a date, I was like, you know what? Extra garlic, give it to me. I'm a garlic lover. What can I say?
Yeah, the pepperoni, the bell peppers, they work.
Banana peppers.
Sorry, banana peppers. You're right. Big difference.
Big difference.
Bell peppers, not so great on a pizza, but banana peppers, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They worked very well together, and the garlic was not too much. I would have a bite, no garlic, and then another bite garlic. And yeah, the crust was really good, but the garlic seasoning on it.
Yeah.
Even though it was a thick crust,
Yeah.
the garlic made it a lot easier to eat. The cheese pull wasn't as strong as on the other pizza.
The cheese pull on the pesto pizza was great.
Really good.
But both of them had very easy cheese to pull. Like, there was a few times where I would bite the pizza and then pull the whole cheese off, and I'm like, I gotta put this back on.
Oh, you did?
Oh, that did not
I
happen to
didn't
me
experience
once.
that, which I was grateful for.
Yeah, same.
It happened. It happened on the cheese closest to the crust.
Okay.
So 75% of the pizza, it was fine, and then it was more towards the end where the cheese would come off. I didn't have an issue with the pesto one. I think with the pesto one, because the pull would get so long, it would just kind of be still covered in cheese.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that I didn't have it, because you can put the cheese back on, but you're like, come on. That's always rough.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I'm making it sound like it was bad. It was not bad here. I've been to places where the whole cheese comes off on the entire
whole slab
thing.
of cheese falls off. You're like, bruh.
No, it was not like this here.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this pizza better than the pesto pizza. I think the banana peppers had a large part to do with that. I was telling them, I think I tried banana peppers for the first time when we went to DeCarlo's.
Mind-boggling. That's so crazy to me.
On the pod, like, sometime last year. So now I love banana peppers and I'm down to put them on my pizza anytime. I do think these were not the freshest banana peppers compared to DeCarlo's. I remember those being very fresh. True. Yeah, banana peppers could have been more fresh, but they were still delicious. And I liked the sauce. It was not a sweet pizza sauce.
True.
It had a good savoriness to it. So yeah, let's talk numbers.
I forget that that's a thing, like sweet sauce as opposed to not. I think obviously the default is not, but
I don't think there's a default.
Yeah,
because there's plenty of pizza sauces that are sweet, even like the canned ones.
Well, I'm glad that it wasn't. All right, numbers.
I think I'm gonna go 7.5.
Okay,
I have to agree, 7.5.
I'm going 8.5.
Wow.
I guess I didn't talk about this part much, but the pizza all in all was good, but I think the crust really did it for me. You know, growing up, you're like, the crust is the worst part. Who cares about the dang crust? But as I've grown older, I've come to appreciate different crusts. I'm going back. Donato's Pizza, crust, non-existent. So that's never even a thing. But I thought this was like an improved version of like a Domino's crust. Domino's crust has that garlicky goodness, that crunch to it. I will say it's a little smaller, so there's not. This one was doughier, which I actually really liked. So it just gave it a little more substance, and it had like a little bubble to it, kind of. Whereas like the Domino's one kind of is just
a little more flat.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like more scrunched up. I don't know how to describe it, but
I wish they could see your emotions right now.
You're right. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was an improved garlic crust in that sense, and I think that's kind of what pushes it. Like the bottom of the pizza, like the pizza crust. That's not. What do you call the bottom of the pizza?
The crust.
The crust.
Yeah,
the crust, but not like the the crust.
Not
crust.
the handle crust.
Yeah. The handle crust. Yeah. So that was crunchy, and I really like that too.
What is it? Cito once said, the only reason they put crust is so you can hold the pizza. You're not supposed to eat it.
Oh no, I'm a crust believer, and it's the big thing now is like the wood fire or whatever, the oven, like the Napolitano or whatever, like the classic crust where it's like different, I don't know. I guess I'm vibing. But
it's classic, but it's different.
I watch a lot of Facebook reels on different people making pizzas, and they're always talking about the crust and how it's. But this is like a very upgraded version of like an American pizza, like a Domino's crust.
Yeah.
You give this to an Italian, they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, this is no good." But give it to me, I love it. 8.5.
All right, Bella, do you have a rating?
A 7.5 also.
Same as the pesto? Is that what you said or no?
No, the pesto, I gave it a 7.
It was a good pizza. And I wouldn't be mad if I came back to eat here again.
Mm-hmm.
But, pizza is just a preference. And this isn't where I would come to get my pizza.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you brought up Domino's because I was thinking, yeah, this garlic crust is good, but it's not a Domino's.
It's not a
garlic
Domino's
crust.
for you?
I kind of like Domino's a little bit better.
It's way garlickier, which I wish this one was a little more garlickier. Room for improvement, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know which one I would say is better. I think this is the Hound Dog's crust was just less fast food vibey than Domino's crust.
Yeah.
But I like fast food, so I like Domino's crust.
Right. Yes. I guess, full disclosure, I am a Chicago deep dish pizza. That's like my preference of pizza. And I know some people will say that's not a pizza, that's a lasagna. But that's besides what.
I don't know who says that, but.
So, oh my gosh, the pizza discourse, you would be surprised. People have strong opinions on pizza. So I was between this and a Chicago deep dish. So I think this really hit the spot for Americanized, kind of like fast food pizza, but elevated. It's a little pricier than your Domino's or whatever. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're stepping out, treat yourself to that. And one of the reasons I picked it was because I've always seen it like top 5 in like most pizza lists. People seem to really love it. And shoot, I'm subscribed. I like Hound Dog's pizza. I don't know how often I would convince people or step out to it, but I'm glad that I know that it's as good as it is.
And you can't really compare it to Domino's because they're two different types of pizzas.
Right.
Because, like, yeah, Domino's, your, fast casual pizza. Whereas this is a restaurant. You sit down. There's a bar.
Yeah.
I think if I were to go back to Hound Dogs, I would go back to get drinks. Like, their drink prices were great. Even outside of happy hour, I was like, whoa, I could see myself coming here and just getting a drink or two or three.
Right.
Yeah, they had a huge appetizer menu, so I'd also be down to go for like drinks and apps.
And like try other stuff,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They had some buffalo something. I was like,
yeah,
buffalo
they had
bites.
some
I was
like buffalo
whoa.
bites I was interested in
Yeah.
too.
Like, we were, I feel, more in the restaurant area and not in the bar area. I did see people standing around in a specific section, so I could see myself going there, just getting a drink and hanging out in that area.
Right, just like popping in for Friday night or something.
Exactly.
Happy hour.
Did you just throw up?
No, it was like one of those burps that like it wasn't like an active one, but it just like it started and I tried to stop it and then it just like went through the canal and just went bleh. And so it was weird. It was a weird sensation.
Pushed itself out.
Yeah,
You
it
just
really
looked so surprised afterwards. I was like, maybe he threw up in his mouth a little.
it was like one of those where it's like when you do that, throw up does come up, but thankfully
Okay.
I held it down. But it was just a weird the gas escaped and I tried to contain it and it got caught on the mic, so that's why I was like so surprised. I was like, damn, they just caught that.
Yeah. I just want to say we went in through the front and I really like that you could see the workers in the kitchen literally right next door.
Oh yeah, true.
There were so many people in that kitchen and they were just
Grinding.
whipping up the pizzas. Yeah. It was pretty cool to observe. Hound Dog's Pizza.
Hound Dog's Pizza.
Since we're talking about pizza,
Oh gosh. Okay.
I wanted to talk about the cheap pizzas, like
We're talking like frozen.
not not that cheap.
I was like, we're talking Red Baron,
Yeah.
fucking DiGiorno's.
I'm like, what?
So I actually was thinking about this that I want to ask David, and we can't ask Marisol because she's not here. So me, Sam, and Bella are gonna say that our favorite.
I feel like we've talked
Easy
about this
pizza.
on the pod
Have we?
before. Because isn't yours Pizza Hut?
What? Oh hell no!
No.
Fuck no!
So I was
Pizza
gonna
Hut.
say,
Fuck that.
Our family's a Domino's pizza, and I want to ask, where would your family go-to pizza place be?
Definitely for like the fast one, Domino's for sure. Garlic crust. I can't stop talking about it, man. Sure, Pizza Hut's got the stuffed crust, but hold that shit. If we're talking about all time, Bada Bing.
Okay.
Even just like sometimes we just crave pizza, we'll get Bada Bing, and their wings are pretty hefty too. So
Yeah.
it's like a local pizza joint. Obviously, some of our Painesville listeners will know what I'm talking about, but you can't get that in Columbus, sadly.
Sam, like your obviously cheap casual pizza is going to be Domino's.
Yeah.
But is there another place that you're like, oh, this is probably one of the best pizzas I've had, or like is my favorite pizza to go get?
Nope. There's nothing else that I like as much as Domino's.
Just straight up.
Yeah, I feel like the first couple times I had Donato's when I was in Columbus, I really liked it.
Yeah, the novelty of it type thing.
Yeah, well, I don't like how they cut their pizza, the thin crust. I really liked it. But I got Donato's recently, and I'm like, it's not as good as I remember.
Yeah.
Oscar's like, it's not good. It's not good at all.
I don't like Donato's. Donato's is a big thing here in Columbus. I remember at my work, we've gotten Donato's multiple times, and every single time I'm like, it's not great, but it's free pizza, so I'm gonna eat it.
Right.
But
Pizza's
I would never,
pizza.
but I'm never gonna go there and get it myself.
Yeah, so the hype for Donato's is over for me.
Yeah.
I'd just rather get Domino's. The only other cheap pizza place I go to, and I'm ashamed to say this out loud, is Little Caesars.
No.
Oh,
Say
no.
it proudly.
Huh?
Said say it proudly.
Say it proudly. Okay, I lied. I don't know why. Growing up, we had Little Caesars all the time, dude. I love it. People were like, it's cardboard with cheese. Shut the hell up. No, it's not. It's great. I love it.
For a $5, you know what you're getting.
Yeah, it's a
But
guilty
it's
pleasure
good.
also.
It's
like,
so good. I don't care, dude.
And
I don't care. Fight me.
in the last few years, they changed their recipe. Because I remember whenever I would get Little Caesars, I'm like, I can't tell where the cheese ends and the crust starts. And now it's like, it's actually a real pizza, but it's $5.
It's a sign. It's like,
Let's go.
here's the crust. Well, I will say that's one of the ones where it's $5 pizza, right? Well,
Yeah.
inflation now it's like $6, but that's besides the point. That's one of the crusts I could live without not eating.
Yeah.
So I'll give that up.
Yeah,
But the
that's
pizza itself, give me that.
I will say, I think Little Caesars is one of the places I don't eat the crust.
It's just like, it's just
I only eat the crust if I have marinara sauce to dip
yes,
it into.
exactly. And to do that, you need some crazy bread, and then you eat the crazy bread. You're like, this is just a crust. This is just a crust without the fucking.
Yes, that's exactly what the crazy bread is like. But I still order the crazy bread every time I go to Little Caesars.
So
There's something about the cardboard and like chewiness, tough texture of it that I'm like nostalgia. Like, this
dude,
is
I'm
so
done,
good.
and I'm like, oh, my belly's so full, but my jaw looks so good after all that chewing.
So chewy.
I just remember this Facebook meme, and I've only seen it on Facebook, where the guy's holding a Little Caesars pizza, and he's like, Little Caesars pizza's good when you don't have a girl in your ear telling you that it's not good.
But yeah, for real, telling you that's just trash. Give me that.
I like a Little Caesars. Okay, I'm glad you guys are on the same page.
Okay, yeah,
I thought
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys are gonna come at me with
Oh
like pitch
hell no!
forks.
I will never.
No.
Little Caesars held me down when no other pizza would.
See, look, our family was a Domino's pizza family, but sometimes we wanted pizza more often and didn't want to spend the Domino's money. So we'd get Little Caesars.
Dude.
I was going to say, we would be at Mark's. And
Yes.
then my mom would be like, you know what? Little Caesars is right there. We'll just get a pizza and go home and
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it was always.
It's cost effective and it's fast. Hot and ready, $5 pizzas.
And as a kid, you're like, bruh, any surprise pizza is great pizza.
Right, exactly.
And so,
I'm never going to complain about surprise pizza I wasn't
Still.
expecting to get.
and that's a really good point because, like, just logistically, it was always by that Mark's where, like, my parents would shop. As an adult, I get it now. You go grocery shopping, you're like, oh, this is what I'm planning for the week.
But you don't want to cook when
You
you
don't
get
want to cook
home.
that when you get home. You got 2, 3, 4 little ass kids being dumb as hell. Shut the hell up. We're getting you some crazy bread for you crazy boys.
That'll keep your mouth busy.
Yeah.
That crazy bread will have you chewing for 5 minutes.
I will say, I think growing up, the crazy bread was way worse because I had it recently.
It's been bad
And-
sometimes.
And the last time I went, I don't know if it's garlic or cheese, but whatever the little flaky
Yes,
stuff
there's
on
like,
it.
I think it might be garlic salt.
Oh, that's probably what it is. They overdid it one time, but overdoing it for me is like magic because otherwise it's just crust.
Stale bread.
So that bread was crazy, and I went.
It was in fact crazy.
I went insane on it. I went loco.
I hate you.
Yeah, no one's going to say Little Caesars is the best pizza.
No.
But once you accept what it is, it's good.
Dude, and I'm gonna say it's a win-win because one, you go in and obviously the hot and ready's. You're
Yeah.
in, you're out.
Yeah.
2 minutes. But there's always at times where they're like, oh, we don't have any hot and ready's ready. Give us 5 minutes. But you know you have a fresh
pizza.
pie.
So it's
And
like,
so it's a
worth the
win-win.
wait. Yeah.
And you just happen to come in, you see people leaving with like 3 boxes, like, oh, I might get a fresh pie. All right, I'll wait 6 minutes here. Who cares? Boom.
Growing up, and even now, like, I never eat Pizza Hut. The only time
Ew.
I would get Pizza Hut was when we would get
The free pizzas for reading the damn books.
And actually, I started eating Papa John's when I went to college because on my campus, the closest pizza place was Papa John's. It was closer than Domino's. Papa John's is actually pretty good, especially with their garlic butter. Like, they always give it.
That's
with
the only
pizza.
thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's the beauty of Domino's. The crust is already garliced up.
Right.
Papa John's is also another really doughy crust.
Yeah.
Really doughy and not flavored. So if you don't have the garlic butter,
It's tough.
it's a little tough.
It's tough out
Yeah.
there.
Honestly, I would probably eat the Little Caesars crust over the Papa John's, I think, dude.
Well, I think the Little Caesars crust is like smaller,
Yeah,
so it's like
it's
easier
thinner.
to get
Yeah,
through.
you could just
Just
rip it. I also like the little pepper they give you, the pepperoncini or whatever. I would always claim it. That shit was mine.
from Papa John's.
Yeah, and the box they would always give you the garlic butter in one corner and the little pepperoncini pepper. They would give you like 2. I was like, all right, no one's eating them. Mine.
I remember.
I don't know. Not my favorite.
This had to be 2009. I was a freshman in high school.
Damn. Shit.
What do you mean?
Single
I
digits.
wasn't even born yet.
Bro, in 2009, I must have been like 6 years old.
See, that's the the nice thing with my age is, for me, it's easy to remember what grade I was in. 2001, first grade. 2012, 12th grade.
Dude.
What the heck?
That is clutch.
Yeah, that's pretty
Jealous.
You know, like I started the year 2011, but you know, the year ends in 2012.
Okay, right.
12th grade, yeah.
Mm.
So that was always cool, but I remember.
He's like, I've never got to say that out loud, but I would like that.
I remember that Papa John's had released something. I forget what it was, but they basically dissed LeBron James, and as a way to apologize, they offered 23-cent pizza.
Yeah,
I
for a
remember that
day.
promotion.
And I remember
Like when he came back.
Yeah, it was just one day, and I remember getting out of school, and you know, we're going to soccer practice, and all my friends are like, "Yeah, we're gonna get Papa John's before we go to soccer practice." And the line was around the building and then like down the block.
Dude.
So by the time they got their pizza, it was 2 hours later. Soccer practice was over, and the coaches were like, "Why is nobody here? There's like 8 people here."
Everyone was in line
Everyone
for
was
the
in line
pizza.
to get pizza.
Damn.
You had all of Painesville out there with Papa
For real.
John's.
No, that's dangerous. Right by the high school.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember like they came back with some bad pizza. They're like they got like mushroom pizza because everyone wanted, you know, pepperoni, cheese, or whatever toppings, and it was just too much for them. And so they would be like, "Hey, we got this mushroom pizza. Does anyone want it?" And you can just, you know,
Take
get
it,
to
get
get people
out.
out of line.
Yeah.
So that's why they took some of the bad pizza. They're like, "We've already been in line for 2 hours. Let's just grab something."
We're leaving here with something. They
Yeah,
said.
Right.
exactly. I was like, you know, it's a great deal, a quarter for a pizza, but the wait is not worth it to me.
But dude, back in high school, okay, you had time, bro.
Right.
You had
You don't
time.
got a job, you don't got money, might as well.
And you're like, I don't even feel bad about eating this whole pizza because I know coach is going to make me run laps tomorrow for missing practice.
I really have 2 pizza places that I really like. One of them is Giordano's from Chicago. So they're
Yeah.
a deep dish pizza, and they happen to have one in Columbus. So
Love.
whenever I'm craving it,
I almost took
Get
us there
it?
today. I ain't going front.
that's what you were thinking of, the deep dish.
Dude, I
Yeah.
love deep dish. It's so
We've
good.
had it. I remember this one time we were coming back from Chicago and we got Giordano's, and it comes with like 6 slices because they're so thick.
And they're hefty.
No, actually, maybe not 6. I think it was like 8 slices. But I remember Leo ate like half the pizza.
He's a
Like 4
growing
slices,
boy.
and I'm like, dude, I ate 1 and I was full. You freaking ate 4.
They're so thick because like they're big pieces
Yeah.
and they're just layered, and the crust is like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Dude, the crust is like a fortress.
And then I would say the pizza place that I probably like the best, excluding Domino's, that's like go-to pizza place, would be Beer Barrel in Columbus. I really like their sauce. It's just a good pizza, and it's a really good pizza cold. I think that's the other way I judge pizza, is if you can eat it cold.
Dude,
don't get me started on a cold pizza. I prefer a cold pizza over a normal pizza.
Like when you can just eat it straight from the fridge.
That's what makes Domino's so good.
Elite.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Domino's is like the elite cold pizza. I don't know if I've ever had better cold pizza.
I would agree. I feel like at my house we would have it, but I feel like cold pizza always tasted better at your house. Sometimes I would pull up to your guys' house, open the fridge, and it would be a big old gallon Ziploc of like 8 pieces of Domino's pizza. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm eating one of these. I know this is a cheese, Leo. I'm sorry. I'm eating the cheese one, bro.
No, I know what you mean. It tastes better because you're like, there's so much. I don't even feel bad if I have like 3 slices.
Yes, dude. When it's cold, I can eat so many more slices than when it's normal.
And I'm glad that I thought it was just like but like cold pizza for breakfast is like a thing. I've heard other people talk about it. I think I've heard rappers talk about it now. Songs like cold pizza for breakfast. I'm like, dang, that's a thing. That's an experience. You wake up the next day, elite breakfast.
It's also like, I love it because it's a breakfast with the least effort. I walk up, I open the fridge, I open the Ziploc, I grab the pizza, and I immediately start eating it
as you close the fridge.
Ziploc in hand still. I eat the whole pizza. I go in and grab a second pizza.
You eat most of it, bite the crust, like as you're holding the crust.
As I'm grabbing the next slice, then I close the Ziploc, put it back, finish my second piece.
Or you're like holding a piece in your mouth as you're closing the back.
Yes, exactly.
It's just as cold. It's like structurally sound. It's not gonna rip, dude. It's gonna stay.
It's not gonna flop over. And like, it's the least effort breakfast. It's the fastest breakfast you can have. Like, it's so fast. Like, I don't have to do any prep work. No heating anything up.
By the time you get to the couch, you're like already almost done with your second slice. You're like, oh, dude, I'm good to just watch TV for a couple hours.
Sometimes you don't even need a plate. You can just eat it like
that. No, you never need a plate. What do you mean? I would never grab a plate for cold pizza.
No, because you never, oftentimes when you get a whole pizza, you're not going to eat all of it in one sitting.
Right.
And so you end up having leftovers. And so it's like, if a pizza is good cold, that saves you the time of putting it in the microwave. Because when you reheat it,
it's never the same.
No, it's not the same as when it was fresh.
Ooh. Here's where I did discover the only thing that stopped me from eating it just straight up cold, I would put it in the toaster. Not a toaster oven, the sliced toaster.
I think the best one for the toaster is Little Caesars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get me, because they were like thin enough where most of them would fit. Sometimes you would have to bite a little bit of the crust because the crust would hang out a little bit.
Yeah.
You bite it, and all right, it's a balance because you still get that first. Obviously, not all of it fits in the toaster. So that first bite is always still going to be cold. You bite that, and then the rest is crispy. It's glossy again because it's all greased up.
Yeah, I think Little Caesars is the one that fit the best and it heated up the best. And yeah, I wouldn't eat the crust like cold because it was just, in our toaster at least, it was just enough that the whole pizza would heat up except the crust. So then I would eat it and just throw out the crust.
Oh, you put it... No, so
David's putting crust in at the bottom.
First.
Oh, actually...
So that's why like when it was wide, you
have
to bite... And that cold, I'm not gonna lie, that cold crust sometimes was rough. Cold Little Caesars crust was rough. Yeah. But you pop it in there.
It's already rough, warm. Imagine cold.
Literally the whole time you're waiting for the toaster to pop up, you're just chewing that cold piece. So that was a little warm up to get the jaw ready for the rest of the pizza. And then I would say Domino's was good, but it was like Domino's are short and wide, you know?
Yeah.
And so the benefit was the whole pizza would be cooked, but getting it out was rough. If you put a crust first, like me, it was like
you would have to get caught.
It'd be hot.
Yeah,
it would be your fingers would get burned sometimes. But.
I did want to ask Bella, have you had Donato's pizza before?
No, I've never had it.
Ooh.
Okay, I just want to see what you thought about it, but never had it.
We'll have to take her there and then get her opinion.
Oh, another place.
Like, no, I'm never spending money on Donato's.
And it makes it worse because the last time we got Donato's at work, they also got wings. And so I had the pizza and the wings. And I must have had a bad wing because the next day I was sick.
Ooh.
Like, and it was like out of nowhere. I was perfectly fine and then just like sick, like diarrhea sick. And it was for like 2 days. I even had to call that next day off. And I'm like,
dang.
and so that just kind of left a bad impression, and of Donatos. I'm like, it's like when you eat something and then you throw it up, and then the next time you eat it, you're like,
just can't, like,
you just like get that feeling,
that
like
bad
PTSD.
image.
I've had that with Donatos.
Their wings aren't that great. I ain't gonna lie.
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, like Bada Bing ones are hefty wings. Domino's wings, they're small, but they're still tasty as hell.
So tasty. I was telling Oscar earlier,
Yeah.
like, I love my Domino's order is just like a medium pepperoni pizza and then a box of the 8 hot wings.
Yeah,
So good. They're like, don't have much on them, but the flavor
it's
is
crazy.
good.
They got it
Yeah.
down to. I mean, they figured it out. Yeah, you would think you would be harsher on them, but no. Like, you kind of just understand. It's like, all right, they're quick wings, but they hit the spot. 8 is like just for sharing is tough, but
Well, if you also got pizza though,
right, that's true.
and
I
we
could
also
destroy
normally
wings.
get like the garlic bread.
Right, so you're able to
sauce.
kind of mix it all
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
I will
that's true.
say I hate that Domino's got rid of the like garlic sticks. Like
The breadsticks.
Yeah, the
that we used
breadsticks,
to get,
yeah. Now they have the garlic twists.
Oh yeah, the twists they're not it.
No, they just have the cheesy bread, which is
Oh,
the garlic
I see
bread,
what you mean. Like,
but it's cheese.
the
cheese
garlic
one.
bread was like the same shape,
Yeah.
but without the cheese. And it's like,
That
don't get
was
me,
the
I love
best.
cheese, but yeah, they really did those garlic
Ooh,
breads really good.
Yeah, I loved it when there was like only one piece of bread left, and there was still like half a cup of marinara sauce, because then you could just like
Yeah,
Go to
scoop up
town.
as
their
much
marinara
as you
sauce
want.
is good.
Yeah,
And those garlic twists or the garlic breads were so easy to pop in the toaster
Yeah.
too. Mm.
David just measures everything by toastability.
How toastability, yeah. But those are also great straight out the fridge too, because you would go in the bag, like, oh shit, they got garlic breads in here too.
David's just
I'm
like,
just eating all your guys'
I love being
pizza.
at their house the day after they got Domino's.
I'm like, oh, can I come over this weekend? Just order Domino's before I come up, please. Giorgio's. Thoughts on that one? Because that was another one that was like newer
Georgia in Painesville.
in Painesville, where it was
Yeah.
like the newer Fast and Ready, and I think it had that hypeness to it where I did like it at first, but then I had to go back to my baby boo, Little Caesars.
See, Giorgio's gave me that Little Caesars effect where $5, quick pizza.
You're in the neighborhood, it's
and
there.
it's closer. That's the other thing.
Oh, yeah,
I
it was
think
in
because
town.
it was closer. It was just easy to get. So I loved it. It is cheap pizza. That is what you're getting, but I love it.
Also, since I didn't drive, it was probably like, oh dang, we got Little Caesars. I love it because it's farther. Like, I knew it was like a little bit out the way, just a little bit.
Well, when I worked with my dad in the bakery, we used to get Giorgio's all the time.
It's like right there.
Yeah,
It's
he'd
so
be like,
close.
"Hey, go get a pizza. It'll be quick." Did you ever have the Giorgio's?
I definitely tried it, but I don't remember really what it tasted like.
I think it had a little sweeter sauce
Yeah.
comparatively to
Yeah.
Little Caesars. Is like the best way I would describe it.
Yeah, I don't have any, I can't remember what it
thoughts?
tasted like, so it didn't leave an impression on me, really.
And then just a shout out to Cap's Pizza in Leroy. If you're ever, it's way out the way. But their garlic balls, bro.
Okay.
That's like a sit down place. If we're ever in Painesville and we're thinking pizza and we're not doing whatever you just said, barrel, whatever.
Beer Barrel's in Columbus.
Beer barrel.
It's in Columbus.
I'm gonna take us to the Caps. Fuck it, that shit good as hell.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up the pizza discussion since it's National Pizza Day.
We discussed.
Oh, we got down to it.
discussed the nitty gritty of the pizzas.
We love that.
You gotta say it into the mic, Bella.
So it's almost an hour of just pizza talk.
And that's because it's National Pizza Day.
Strictly
Yep.
business.
Stayed on topic.
So pizza roll this cut now.
Don't get me started, David. We can go on a whole tangent on pizza products.
them French boat pizzas y'all would get.
The deep dish one, or the hot pockets, pizza rolls.
Y'all had the hook up, bro. My mom was not buying none of my bad shit. For me. If I got lucky, we had pizza rolls. I was so happy. And I would
Dude,
probably eat them
yeah.
too fast. She'd probably be like, this fat motherfucker.
My
eating
parents
them too
probably
fast.
just went to like the frozen pizza aisle and they're like, it doesn't matter what shape this is,
A
they're
little bit
gonna
of-
like
A little bit of everything. Nah.
See, it's funny because the older I get and I hear people talk about when they would come to my house
Yeah.
and I'm like, I didn't realize this is what people thought because
yeah,
like to
it's funny
us,
hearing the impressions
yeah.
people have of our house now.
it's like, oh, they had computers there and it was so cool. You could go on the internet and they had all the snacks.
Dude, you guys had a whole cupboard, a whole shelf. What do you call it? Shelf cupboard of high seas.
Yeah.
That was magic,
You
bro.
just walk in and grab a juice box as soon as
It
you
was-
get there.
Right by the door. You walk in. You guys couldn't even be mad at us for that one. Your mom set that up. It was destined to fail, man. She probably would come home and be like, "Where the hell did all the juices go?"
Oh, she did. She did say that all the time.
Because we would walk in, first thing you grab, high C. Ah.
Yeah, as soon as you get there, grab a high C, chugging it in one big gulp.
Oh, we're about to go outside. Oh shit! Guess what's on the way out? The high C shelf, bro. We're running outside with the high C's.
And see, like, for me at least, I never thought about that because I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. Let me go grab a high C or a Capri Sun. They're always there. So, yeah, it was like whenever people would come over, it's like there's just 5 juice boxes empty, just like on the table.
At
I'm like,
any given
what
point.
the hell happened?
Yeah, it's also, we had the trampoline in the pool. So,
Oh, so we were thirsty as hell, dude. We were active as fuck, just jumping and swimming.
that wasn't even my point. It was just like, that was another impression people had of our house. They're like, oh, it's so fun to go there because they have the trampoline.
Yeah, I think the only time we ever jumped was when people were visiting.
Yeah,
I
if not,
never-
we were never on the trampoline.
Dude.
Yeah, I was never out there by myself.
We had a reason to be there. Activities, refueling, just snack, cold pizza. Give us that,
I
man.
will say, I think the thing my mom hated the most, though, was when we had the pool and then people would come over knowing we have a pool and knowing they want to swim and they wouldn't bring any swim trunks or,
or
towels.
towels.
So they would use, we would end up using all of our towels or like all of Oscar or my swim gear.
Yeah.
And my mom would be like so pissed because she had to do so much laundry.
And she was like, "Yeah, I work all day." And then Kim was like,
Right.
"Oh my gosh, they came back again, didn't they?"
And she was just like, just tell them to bring towels. They know they're going to go swimming.
Shoot, I don't think you guys ever told us because we never pulled up with it ever.
I remember there was this one summer where the kids from the apartments nearby would come over all the time and they would show up uninvited and then it would be like 6 random kids that I don't know just in my yard. And it got so annoying because they would consistently come over and I'm like, how do I tell them to go home?
And there's like so many of them. You're like,
Yeah.
golly.
I think I just like stopped going out and then they realized, oh, this is weird that we're at someone's house and they're not here, and then they just
Oh,
stopped
like
coming.
you would be hanging out with them?
Well, because they would come over and like knock on the door and be like, hey, we want to come play at your yard, and then I'm just like out here playing with these random kids that I don't want to play with because I'm like, I want to go play PlayStation.
Because they were in squad.
Oh, I thought you were
Nah.
talking. I'm pretty sure one time there was some kids from the apartments that came over and were like either on our trampoline or in our pool, but like none of us were home. And then we got home and my dad had to go kick them out.
It's like, oh, no one was home. I guess we can just still use it.
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't know if it was the same kids. It was a group of kids.
Right.
I mean, I feel like there was like waves, or it'll be like there was some times we would interact with them. I remember they would always jump the fence and they would be at the like very end of the yard and I could see them. And sometimes I would run over there and they would start running because they see me coming over.
Yeah.
Like you were going to yell at them or something?
Yeah.
Rapscallions.
I'm like, I'm not going to make it there before they can run away, but I'm also not going to do anything if I get there and
Yeah,
they're
like-
still standing there.
But it's just funny that they're like,
Yeah.
oh, they see you full sprint
It's
going
like when
towards
you're like
them.
chasing after like a duck or something and it flies
Yeah.
away. Should we move on to our segment?
Guess that movie!
And it's supposed to be Marisol's turn, but since she's not here, we have hired Bella to read off a movie today.
Yeah, she'd probably appreciate that she doesn't have to come up with a description.
Oh, yeah, I hope it's not too hard. I think you'll be able to guess it, maybe.
We're smart. We're
Okay.
gonna get it.
We're film buffs.
Okay, I'll start now. A clumsy inventor lives in a village under oppressive rule. One day, one of his inventions malfunctions and puts the village in danger. So he seeks out the help of brave warriors to help his village from total annihilation.
Say it again. The whole thing. She
Oh, that's
distracted
hard,
me.
but I'm gonna text you a guess.
Clyde with the gents and meatballs.
No.
That was my guess.
Dang. And she said no. Dang.
Dang.
Okay, a clumsy inventor lives in a village under oppressive rule. One day, one of his inventions malfunctions and puts the village in danger. So he seeks out the help of brave warriors to help his village from total annihilation. I think it's a pretty good description.
Yeah, we're
Meet
stumped.
the Robinsons.
No.
It's a good description, but it's also like,
It is a good description, but
what
it's
could
hard.
it be?
An
Rugrats movie
inventor.
knows. Just as the inventor.
What was the first part?
It's a short one. Read the whole thing because I'm confused.
A clumsy inventor lives in a village under oppressive rule. One day, one of his inventions malfunctions
I
and
know.
puts the village in danger. So he seeks out the help of brave warriors to help his village from total annihilation.
Oh, I for sure got this right. I just texted you.
Yes.
Let's
Dang.
go.
I think the keyword is clumsy inventor, but I can't
Yeah.
figure out
I can't think
inventors.
Warriors is a big hint too, but
Warriors.
you don't know until you get the clumsy inventor part.
I also do have a hint
Hmm.
if you need it.
Oh, you guys wanted it?
What do you think? You still want to think about it? Or-
I think I'm ready for the hint.
All right, I'll take the hint too.
The warrior.
No, Oscar wants the hint. I don't need it, but I'll keep my ears open.
The warriors he recruits aren't actually warriors.
I think
God.
I might know it.
God damn it! I'm so God. Dang it!
It's such a good description that when you do figure it out, you get really excited.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh,
It feels so good, right?
it's funny because this is one movie I've been keeping like in the back of my
In your back
mind,
pocket.
but I'm like, I just haven't had a chance to think of it. We should watch it. I haven't seen it.
I want to
Yeah.
see it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Clumsy inventor.
I think that last hint really helped me.
I'm glad it was a good description.
Yeah.
And Bella didn't want to do it because she thought she'd do a bad job.
Pinocchio. No. Clumsy inventor. Who the hell be inventing shit?
It's funny because that description is like exactly
So
the plot of
spot
the
on.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you thought we hadn't seen it before.
Oh, I just wasn't sure, but like, I was
Do you know?
like,
Have I seen it for sure?
You have
Yeah.
100%.
Because I feel like we would see it in my house or something.
You probably have not seen it in a very
Very
long,
long
time.
time.
Potentially like a decade.
Clumsy inventor. Warriors to stop it. Shit. I'm playing dumb, so give me another clue.
I don't know if this will help. When the movie came out, there was a rival movie
Mm-hmm.
that had similar characters but it wasn't the same
Like
company.
universe or anything.
Yeah, it was in the same universe, same company, and so it was always like,
It was just a similar premise.
yeah,
It's almost like when Coco came out, I feel like there was another Hispanic movie that came out.
Right.
So it's kind of like that.
The Book of Life?
Yeah. Like Coco and the Book of Life.
Mm.
and it is an older movie. It would've
Animated or
been- yes.
Yes.
Okay, I feel like they always are. All the movies we choose are always animated. Clumsy inventor. Who the hell?
And I don't know why I remember that warrior part. I'm like,
Warriors.
yeah,
Small soldiers.
Well, that's why when you got the clumsy inventor part, I was thinking, and then you said warriors, and I was like, that's exactly it, because they even call them that in the movie.
I'm blanking out. I can't. Another clue? Y'all got another clue for me?
Okay, another clue is there is another love interest in this, and I do think she's bad too.
But is she bad as hell?
Bad. Yeah, she's bad. I don't know if she's as bad as the penguin.
Oh, that penguin was bad as hell.
see, now I gotta look up both characters.
And the love interest, the girl, has a little sister who is like a significant character too. And the grandma is a significant character
God,
too.
dude,
I was giving it. Like, it's pretty obvious.
Dude, I'm dumb as heck. All right, read the whole thing again.
The love interest, isn't she a princess?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she becomes
Oh, there's
crowned
a-
queen at the end.
It's like a kingdom.
Yeah.
Kingdom.
You want me to read it again?
Yeah, read that snap again.
The bad guys come from Mexico.
A clumsy inventor lives in a village under oppressive rule. One day, one of his inventions malfunctions and puts the village in danger. So he seeks out the help of brave warriors to help his village from total annihilation.
Frankenstein.
That's what I was thinking too. And I was like, I don't think.
Okay, here's another hint. So the bad guys that come from Mexico,
Bad guys come from Mexico.
they basically steal like the village's food.
Steal the village's food. What is the Battle of Alamo?
Well, they do it. It's every year they come and they take the village's food.
It's funny he said Pinocchio and Frankenstein because when I showed my friends, 2 of them guessed that.
Those two?
Mm-hmm.
We had a PlayStation game of it at Grandma's house.
It
At
is a
Grandma's
Disney
house.
movie, and it would have definitely been on VHS.
I think we had the VHS.
Yeah, I think we have the VHS.
Inventor. Mexicans.
I just remember that scene, like
At the saloon thing.
yeah.
They do a little something like that.
And don't they go like, let's ride?
Yeah.
Dude, what movie is this? I'm getting glimpses of it.
Because they're like, we got all the food we need here, and then he like opens the thing,
And
and,
he's
they
like-
all fall on top.
He's like,
of it.
it's not about the food. It's about keeping those blanks in check. Basically
What?
Just asserting their dominance over these villagers.
The heck? Disney movie. Inventor. Silly ass inventor. Clumsy. Dude, those Bud Lights they gave me at the restaurant must have been someone spiked me. What the
Yeah,
heck?
this is taking you way longer than I
I
was
know.
expected
Normally I'm
to.
really good at these.
They gave so many hints too.
I know.
Right.
I don't want to give up though, but
Okay.
it's just this is pitiful, man.
This is going to be a big hint, I think.
okay.
So Bella mentioned it's a kingdom. It's more of a colony.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you a big hint.
You didn't think that was a big hint?
Another
Dude.
big hint. I
Okay.
think this one might even give it away. 2 other characters are in the bloopers for Toy Story 2.
That's not a big hint. That's
I
kind of
think
hard.
it is. I don't know if you've ever seen those bloopers.
I do like the bloopers. They are pretty funny, but
I could say why I chose this movie because I have a class that's involves.
I know.
dude, I'm so dumb.
Yeah,
So
you're
dumb. This is like one of those ones that listeners are gonna be like, "It's this one."
Maybe you've never seen it.
I must have really seen
he
it a long
forgot
time
about
ago.
Like the plot.
Because you're saying Disney, and I'm like running through like it's not the Black Cauldron.
Disney
no.
Pixar.
It might be older than Toy Story. I think this might be the first Disney Pixar
Oh,
movie.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, actually, now that I was looking at the images, it's a little rough. The animation.
Fantasia.
Fantasia's not Pixar.
Pixar. What the heck?
Oh no, Toy Story is Pixar's first movie.
They started with the bang with Toy Story.
So like, what kind of animation? Like,
3D.
so kind of
Like
like
similar
with
like Toy Story animation. That's why. Yeah, this is a movie that I always wished there was like a sequel.
Okay, so no sequel.
I remember the ending when the
Colony.
bad guy gets attacked. I always thought that scene was like so scary.
Hmm.
It was like so dramatic.
Yeah. I'm
Bad
like,
guy gets attacked.
So basically, the colonizers come up with the plan to scare off the bad guys.
Colonizers or the colony?
Oh, the colony. Sorry,
Colony.
the villagers. The villagers come
Okay.
up with a plan to fight back the bad guys when they come to steal their food, and it ends up with the main bad guy getting eaten alive.
Is this fucking Bugs Life or something?
Yes.
Fucking dumbass bugs. Fucking bugs. What inventor? Oh, the wasps or whatever. What did
No,
what did they
Oh,
invent?
Flick is an inventor.
Flick. Yeah, Flick.
What the hell did he invent?
He invented like the backpack thing that like collects the seeds and stuff.
So that they wouldn't have to manually collect them, but he accidentally like dropped it next to the pile of food. It knocked over a pebble that was holding all the food up, and it all fell into like a river.
Oh, right. And what are they like? The wasps?
The
or whatever?
grasshoppers.
They come from Mexico.
Mhm.
Yeah. They like they like migrate to like Mexico and then they fly back.
I haven't seen that in so. I do need to rewatch that one.
That says like
That
you
is
probably
really
haven't seen it in at
so
least 10
long.
years, but
And
probably longer.
Ants is like the one that came
yeah,
out at
and
the same
Ants
time.
is the one
saying-
that came out at the
okay.
same time.
I remember I always liked ants the scene where the ants fight the beetles. And I'm like, bro, that scene is
like
crazy.
I don't even remember that.
And everyone dies except the main ant.
Spoilers, dang.
20 years, 30 years ago almost.
I've never seen that
Watch
movie.
it. Never mind.
You spoiled it for me. I've never seen it.
Oh, damn. But I was going to
Bugs.
say...
It's a 20-year-old movie. How dare you spoil
Spoil
it?
that movie.
No, because...
Oh yeah, the freaking caterpillar. Oh yeah,
That's in Bug's Life.
The freaking. I love the caterpillar. He's so funny.
Because they're in the Toy Story 2 bloopers. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's so glad that we got to be in this movie. Like, oh, but it's not Bug's Life 2. He's like, it's not? Then what are we in? And then it shows Buzz like chopping the like glass.
Oh, because they're like walking
Yeah.
through. It's like ah.
When they're finding Al's toy line. Yeah, because when Bella said that the Warriors aren't warriors, I'm like, oh, the circus. Because...
The bugs are from the circus.
Yeah, and so they're like, hey, we're warriors. And he's like, yes, I found warriors to fight for us.
Ah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised I even got it after all those dang hands. It's been so long. I probably have seen that movie once,
Really?
and I know you guys owned it. Did you guys watch it a lot growing up?
We had it on VHS.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't one of my main staple ones. I might have watched it maybe at grandma's once, but
That's crazy.
I feel like I
'cause
know,
that
like,
movie is like very prominent in my
imprints.
childhood.
Yeah. No, you guys got it quick. Like I have to rewatch it because
Yeah.
I forget how the whole story unfolds.
I think that the inventor part threw me off because I forget that he's like tries to come up with things to help the colony.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember, was it Jeanette, I think, had a PlayStation and she had Toy Story 2 and A Bug's Life. And those are the two games that, we didn't have a memory card. So I was always trying to...
Oh, she ain't bad as a
beat the
penguin,
game.
but
This is I'm showing David the girl that's bad from.
she got a little
Bugs
thing
Life.
on her though. I ain't gonna front. She got that little anthropomorphized ass.
I think that was a good movie.
I have to watch Happy Feet again. I'm saying.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, but the best character is definitely the caterpillar. Oh yeah, he's like Swedish or something.
He only does that
yeah.
in like that's
In
not
one
his
scene?
real accent,
No?
right?
That's all
Is
I
it?
remember.
Maybe
Yeah.
it is. I can't remember.
I think he talks like that the whole movie.
He's goofy as hell.
yeah.
It's funny when he has the jam and he's pretending like he got mutilated.
You're right.
Oh yeah, because they have the fake bird, and he's like, "Wait a minute," and then the real bird shows up later.
And
that
he's
part
like,
was always
"Oh,
so
is this
scary.
another one of your tricks? Hi, girls." He thinks it's fake and it's full of ants, and then it's like, and
It's
then
like,
it starts eating him.
oh.
So, what's the hint that gave it to you when I said eating alive?
No, I think it was literally just I had a hunch that it was a Disney movie, but I was like, what? Or Disney Pixar, but I couldn't put my finger on it. When you were like, it was one of the first ones, I was like, I can't figure it out. But when you were like, it came after Toy Story, I was like, all right, what could it be? And then I started thinking about it. I was like, wait, is A Bug's Life Pixar? So I just said it out loud, just throwing it out there. And it was. Yeah, that boy stumped me. Sheesh.
Yeah. Well, listeners, hope you're able to guess it before David.
Probably, dude, they were probably yelling at me. It's fine. I get it, man.
Hey, I think it's never gonna be as bad as Avatar.
Can't win them all. Oh, yeah. No, the fact that she saw it 3 times.
And we had multiple people reach out and say, I was getting so irritated when she couldn't get it.
That's a good description. I'll give it up to Bella. It's
Yeah.
ambiguous enough
We're
where,
going to make you do this all the time, Bella.
boom.
I
take
don't
that.
think I have any more movies.
I believe in you.
Because I don't know what movies you guys have seen. That's why I had to think about
Just
it.
think
That's
of
true.
all. Well,
I feel like if a movie's generally popular, it's
Mhm.
probably like good enough. Do we want to put our voicemail on?
Yep.
So we have a podcast listener that submitted a couple of voicemails. We were going to play one of these last week, but we forgot. So we're going to do it this week. We're only going to play one because they submitted like 4, and that's just too many. So we picked our favorite. And if you guys know who it is, then you know. If you know, you know.
yeah.
On episode 20, Oscar states he wakes up, then half sleeps to keep dreaming. So Sam asked if at that point, is it really dreaming or just his imagination? But David, out of left field, suggests that the waking up was the imagined part. But everybody ignored him. But I died for like 20 minutes of just laughter, and like sometimes when I think about it, I still laugh so much about it. So my question is, listening back to your podcast, are there some things that are funnier, or are there things that are just funny when you listen to them, even if they weren't supposed to be funny before?
I will say there are a lot of parts that, like that one that he brought up, that David will make a comment and we just miss it in the moment. And then when you hear it back, it's like, whoa, that was actually hilarious.
I do it on purpose, kind of. I think it's, kind of on purpose, but also sometimes I'm just like brain off, mouth on, just like talking and like first thought that comes to mind, I'll just like say it. But I will say, I think also just like in our friend group, I'm always just saying dumb things. So like,
so we're used to it.
You guys just tune out sometimes. And so I'm like, that's why I have appreciated the podcast. You guys will like message like, holy cow, I can't believe like David said this thing.
Yeah.
Just like in passing, and like only after either editing it or like once it's out, like listening to it, like, what the heck? When did David say, or I say it so quiet.
Yeah.
Whereas like only the mic picks it up.
Right.
And then when you guys bring it up, I'm like, I like planted a seed. And it's like grown.
Well, I feel like maybe now you do it on purpose, but I feel like in the beginning, were you actually doing it on purpose, or was it like you were just saying stuff and then we moved on, and then I would come back and be like, David, I can't believe you said this, and you'd be like, oh, I did? That's hilarious.
I think at first it was kind of like that, where it was like I didn't notice that I did it, but I think some of like the comedians that I like, that's like kind of their humor, where like in a conversation you can just hear them like saying things. Or like word association. Mm-hmm. And so like I think I just have started doing stuff like that. I guess I didn't notice until I guess the first few episodes where you're
the specific one that I remember is we were talking about how Target, like you get lost in Target because there's just so much good stuff, and Marisol goes, yeah, that place will slurp you up, and then David goes, dang, I need to go to Target.
But you guys were just like talking over it. I was like, dang,
caught that.
None of us caught it. And then I was editing it and I was like, whoa, what did I just hear? And I went back and I like had to record it and send it to you guys in that moment, like, I can't believe David said this and nobody caught it. We just kept talking like it didn't happen.
I will say, I think it's like also just like my humor. I think like since high school, I don't know, one of my talents was always like anything that's said, I could find a way to spin it in a way that's like kind of like, I guess dirty would be the best way to put it. Yeah. It's like when like little things like that happen, I'm like, hey, yo.
I just think of the pod that came out this week. From when this one comes out, it would have been two pods ago, when at the beginning when you're like, you had a seizure salad.
Because Ernest is like, I'm about to have a seizure, and David's like, you had a seizure salad. That's so funny.
So yeah, it's like one of those, it's like word association where I was like, oh
yeah,
I feel like that's like a humor I've definitely happened to like pick up on. And so thanks for the shout out, our listener. Thanks for listening. A little pat on the back lets me know that all my hard work is worth it in the end.
Oh, your hard work. What are you doing except talking into the mic?
Literally.
Yeah.
Just like bouncing off of what other people were saying, like, oh, what?
Yeah, because there are times where you'll make a joke and I don't mean when we're doing the pod, just when we're hanging out.
Yeah.
And like Sam, Marisol, and sometimes even me will be like, oh my gosh, like
you can't believe you just said that.
Yeah.
But then whenever I invited you to like a different group of friends that maybe I hang out with that you don't, they always find you hilarious. And it's always like funnier because they're not used to your jokes. So when you say something, they're like, that's so funny.
No, that's true, because, and I think that's part of like the kind of like you guys not tune me out, like
right, we're used to it.
Exactly, where it's like, oh, like he's doing it again type thing.
There he goes again. He's doing it again.
And it's kind of good because it's challenging. It's like, oh, if I'm doing that, I have to be funny. I gotta be on my A game with you guys because you guys are, filtering.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
something has to be really funny to make us laugh because we'll filter out the like less funny stuff. Is
Yes.
what you're saying.
Hold on.
All right, we had some technical difficulties. We're back.
yeah. I think I noticed it a lot at like when Charmaine's had parties. Like
Yeah.
I'll just like say random things and like people will think they're like really funny, and then I'm like, wow. I always like leave. I'm like, wow,
Feeling
that was a really good night.
Well,
But then some of them are out of pocket. I'm like, dang, I can't believe they laughed at that. Like,
well, there's been parties where, whether it was hosted by Charmaine or someone invited me and Charmaine,
yeah,
and I've gone, and they'll be like, "Is your cousin David coming?" And I'm like, no, he's not coming this time."
yeah. No, I was like, I heard through the grapevine, like, oh, they think David's funny. I'm like, oh, you can't tell me that, man.
Right, we're giving him a
You
big
can't-
head.
Yeah, and then my worry is always like, I'll try too hard, and then it'll be like, oh no, he's trying to be funny. And so I'm like, ah, damn, that's rough. But like New Year's Eve, it was like all new people, like Marisol's boyfriend's friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, I had a couple good jokes off the bat, so started off the night good. There's a little something there.
Maybe if you went to stand-up comedy shows.
I know. I need to.
My friend Ben, he messaged me because he's been listening to a few episodes, and he's like, "I'm rooting for him. I hope he makes it to that stand-up comedy show this year."
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Ben.
You have to do
Appreciate
it for Ben now.
I've really been thinking. I've been because I've told you guys I've been writing and just like come up with random dumb bits. But I think I'm like zeroing in on a couple where I'm like, all right.
They might be presentable.
They might be present. If I got to sit down and just like flush them out, like how would I say it out loud? And
yeah,
obviously the big thing that I've heard people say is just you do it, get the audience reception, see what kind of like they laugh at or not. And I don't know what makes me more nervous if like the more prepared stuff, and it sounds so dumb. I'm a perfectionist. Like it's so corny. Like, oh, everyone is. So like I don't know what worries me more, if it's like that or the crowd work. But I feel like crowd work would be like easier for me as opposed to like.
Well, I feel like because what you do now is kind of crowd work. How you interact with people and then you rip off bits from like those interactions.
Right, like the riffing off of that.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta do it. I know I want to, and I'm sure it'll be fun. Even if I'm ass, it'll be great. This year for sure. It's just when is the question, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Time to focus for Lent. No.
Oh, I forgot that was one of our topics.
I forgot that was a topic too until I literally just said it there. All right.
Let's hone in on our last topic of the episode. This was sent in by our aunt, and it's good timing. She basically said we could talk about what we plan to give up for Lent or what stuff we cannot give up for Lent.
So what do you mean you cannot give up? Like you're just like, I can't live my life without this for
Where
a
it's
few
like-
weeks.
I don't think I can make it with all of Lent without this
It's
thing.
not feasible to do so. Well, should we start off easy? What are we doing for Fat Tuesday? No. The pigging out. Well, you're gonna be out of town.
Yeah, I'm out of town for work. Well, I'll be coming back on Tuesday. We could watch Bachelor and pig out.
Say less. But I guess the giving up part. What you pig out
I don't want
on?
to give anything up.
I know. I haven't. This year really took me by surprise. Normally, I feel like
Last year did too, actually. But 2 years ago, we were prepared. I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, I forget what made me look it up. I think it was like a 614 email thing where it's like, oh, Mardi Gras, and I was like, fuck, that's coming up. And jeez.
Yeah, so I think I normally give up fast food, and I don't want to do it this year. I want my fast food access.
She's like, I need it.
Not that I'm going all the time, but I just want to be able to have the option.
The option.
But I guess I should.
I should, but I eat out all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I would literally have to make such a big life change. And I know that's what the whole point is, but like,
I don't know.
it might be too big. I don't know. I'd have to give up like a specific things.
Ugh, I know what I should give up, actually. I think I will give this up. That'll be more feasible. But candy. Because during the Halloween time, I bought like
A lot.
like a wholesale family size bag of Reese's, like the Halloween shapes.
Oh no.
You got a lot of Reese's.
And I eat one like every day
Right.
after like a meal, and I'm like, I should really stop.
You have the
And
pumpkin and the egg, right?
I just bought some
The
more.
eggs.
I bought the eggs and I bought the heart-shaped ones because I'm trying to collect one of every shape so that I can do a taste testing, because you claim the eggs are the best.
The eggs are the best.
So I
dude.
want to taste them all side by side to see which one's really the best. We can do that in a future episode.
All
I'm
right,
salty
yes.
though. I miss the Christmas trees. So I don't
just like
I don't
slip
have
through your
those.
fingers. Well, god damn, that's far.
That's far. We just passed Christmas. I missed the Christmas trees.
eBay. You can-
If any of our family listeners have Reese's Christmas trees with you currently, save them. Give them to me, please.
I would say
Probably no one does, but just in case.
maybe check like
eBay.
well, eBay is probably like the
Sketch.
easiest one. But I was to say like dollar stores sometimes have old inventory, or like Big Lots maybe.
Maybe Big Lots.
I was like Big
feel
Lots
like Dollar
sometimes
Tree doesn't
stocked
get
up.
Reese's shapes, or if they do, they sell
The
out
really
stuff.
tiny ones,
Yeah,
the little minis. That's a good one. I guess I have been eating candy.
I've been eating a
More
lot of
so.
candy lately, so I think I'll give up candy and just save the Reese's shapes until after
Until-
Lent. Those
Oh
eggs
my
will
gosh.
taste so good on Easter.
Easter, you're gonna we'll be like, what'd you have for
I'm gonna
Easter?
eat, like,
She's like 16.
different Reese's.
You could give up processed sugars.
So
That's
like what?
everything.
What else? Nutty bars,
Yeah, exactly. Candy.
iced tea.
I think iced tea.
Are you trying to kill me?
I mean, you could still eat fast food because I mean, you
Not
know,
orange iced.
not orange iced tea. I guess no soda. You just
I
have
don't drink
nuggets and
soda.
fries. No
Orange
ice-
iced tea is not soda.
Dude, I gave up soda. I forget. I wish I remembered what year I gave up soda, but I haven't drank soda in like 2 or 3 years, and I'm so proud of it. I'm like so weird about it. It's so funny.
You are weird about it.
I was like, I can't. I'm sorry, I cannot have
But
it.
you will still drink like a rum and coke.
It's different. It's tainted. It's mostly alcohol. You know,
It's
no,
not
it's
a soda.
different. It's different.
It's a
different.
loophole.
Yeah.
It's a libation, right? Is that what
Okay.
as opposed to a soda. Oh, I don't know. I just be making excuses, but
Yeah, I think the last time I gave anything up for Lent probably was my senior year of high school.
what'd you give up then?
Showering.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a rough year.
No. There was one year I gave up soda and one year that I gave up French fries. And in both instances, I didn't like when I gave up French fries, I gave up fast food French fries. So like McDonald's,
Mhm.
Burger King, even Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right.
And I didn't eat French fries for like 7 or 8 years. And then the one year I gave up soda, I don't think I drank it for like 5 years or something. And I will say, after not eating McDonald's French fries for like 7 or 8 years and then eating it again, I'm like, it tastes exactly the same. I never forgot what it tasted like. That was the one French fry I don't think I can ever forget what it tastes like.
I blanked out. You stopped eating McDonald's French fries for 7 years?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I
This is
don't-
why Oscar doesn't do Lent anymore. He takes it to the extreme.
Like, oh my gosh, bruh.
yeah, I didn't eat French fries all through college.
He gave up fries long enough for the Lent for the next decade or two.
Dude, yeah, you don't have to give nothing up, bro. You gave up all the extra months you gave up.
Right.
You're good.
And like it helped,
God is pleased with you.
and it helped me save money. The reason I did that was because I remember one of my teachers, and he was a big guy, so I don't know why I took his word, but he's like, yeah, like the reason you get fat from eating fast food is because you have the French fries and the burger and the soda. Like, and I'm like, that's a good point. If I just get the burger, like I just get the main entree, then I'm not eating as much and I get the fast food. So that's kind of how it started. It's like I'll give up French fries. I already don't eat soda too much, because maybe I had given up the Lent before. And
Right.
so then I'm like, it's just the burger. If I'm just getting, like, I go to Taco Bell and I just get the burrito, or I go to, McDonald's, just get the burger, that's less money that I'm spending and less calories that I'm eating.
And you still get the satisfaction of the fast food.
Mm-hmm.
And I did read an article where it was like, if you really need to fill up and you want to be healthy, you're better off getting 2 burgers as opposed to getting burgers and fries. Health wise, according to your
Yeah.
protein and all that stuff intake. But I was like, I don't know, man. Them French fries,
They're so good.
they're so good.
I'm a little burnt out on McDonald's just because they had the Squishmallow toys recently, so I was going often so I could try to collect
Going
it.
like 3 times a week. Happy
Not
Meal.
that much. Don't try to put me on blast like that.
Wait,
Oscar.
when was this recently?
This is like in December and January time frame. Like,
Oh, they have Squishmallows? Are they like keychains or something or what?
no, they're just like tiny
Little ones?
Squishmallows.
Interesting.
Yeah. I got 7 of them.
How many are there?
12.
God damn.
I only got 7.
Can you specify when you go, like, I need this one?
No. So it's mystery. It's just like Squishmallow is the toy of the period. And so I was trying to go as much as I could while they were out. The unfortunate thing is I missed a week because I was in Cancun. So I couldn't get Squishmallows in that time.
Dang.
It was
That's rough.
It was funny because if like there was one day I was driving out and she's like, "Oh, there's a McDonald's that I haven't been to in the area you're driving. Can you get a Happy Meals? Because maybe they have different
Like
toys."
different
Yeah.
stock, yeah.
So I think this was it the day after my birthday when Tanya was here?
Yeah.
And Sam was like, "Let's go to the McDonald's on campus because I haven't been to that one. They might have
Yeah.
different toys."
Yeah, and I told Tanya, I was like, they have Squishmallows. And she's like, oh, I want a Squishmallow. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to get 2 Happy Meals so that I could get 2 Squishmallows. And I was like, okay. So we, in total, got 3 Happy Meals.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I open the first one. And I think it was like a figurine of the Black Panther. So it was not a Squishmallow.
What?
And then we open the next one. And it's like a Nerf toy. And then we opened the last one, and it's a Monopoly figure.
Dude, they were just backlogging all
Yeah.
the toys they had in the back room.
So it was like the transition period of when they were out of Squishmallows, but hadn't started the next toy yet. So they whatever toys they had on hand, they're just throwing into the
Yeah.
Happy Meals.
Goodness.
But
That's
it was
rough.
just hilarious. Like one after the other, we were opening these toys. To
just
see what we
disappointment
got.
after disappointment.
3 different toys. Like, is that McDonald's so busy that they don't have these toys?
I guess it was at the end of like when the Squishmallows were running,
Like phasing out.
So it could have been like that at other locations. But I was like, I shouldn't have gotten to the campus McDonald's. I should have known better.
Right.
Yeah. I think the only McDonald's I consider worse than that one is the one over on 17th.
That one is terrible.
Just because they're so slow.
No matter what time of day you go, you're gonna be in line for a minute.
Yeah.
Is that the one where I picked you guys up from after breakaway?
Yeah, it's the one that's close to like the
Rough.
stadium or the expo center.
Right.
When I used to work up north from where I live, and every time I would drive home, there'd be not every time, but like maybe once or every other week, I would take the exit before my exit just to go to that McDonald's. Like, you know what? McDonald's on the way home. I'm going to stop by and get something to eat.
Right.
But yeah, there's been plenty of times where we've driven up there at 2 a.m. and we don't get home until 3 a.m. because it takes forever.
Remember that one time before I moved here when we went like late night and I drove your roommate's car at the time?
Oh yeah.
Was it that? Because we had to go to different ones. I feel like no.
I think we went to one on Olentangy for that day.
Okay.
All intent. Oh, the one was like way up there.
The one by Skyline.
Yeah. I just remember I had to pee so
Yeah, David almost peed his
bad.
pants.
Dude, can you imagine if I peed in the driver's seat of your friend's car?
David, yeah.
That would have been so bad.
It was my old roommate, Courtney, her car, and David was the DD, and he was driving around like 4 drunk girls, and we were like, "Get McDonald's!" And we're all just like screaming and joking, and David was so serious the whole car ride, and then we were like, "David, are you okay?" And he was just like,
Are you mad at us?
We were like, yeah, we thought he was mad at us. And then we finally get home and like he uses the bathroom and then he's like, I wasn't mad, but I really had to pee. And I knew if I told you guys I had to pee, you would have tried to make me laugh. And then I probably would have peed.
I 100% would have soiled myself in the driver's seat of your roommate's car. I would have felt so bad. And I would have been pissed. Like literally and figuratively.
Hilarious.
Honestly, I might give up sides for Lent. Like,
Ooh,
I've
like
been
what
eating
Oscar
so
said?
many French fries, dude. I ain't gonna lie.
Actually, that's good. I should give up French fries.
Just because it's like,
I should give up potatoes.
and you know, I get the large. I'm sorry. Every time, like, because I'll go to like Chick-fil-A or I'll go to Hot Chicken Takeover.
Yeah.
Because I'm a waffle fry whore. And I just got to give them up, dude. Because on Chick-fil-A, the rough thing is they tell you the calories when you add them to your cart. And it's like, holy cow, this large fry is like 650 calories. What the heck?
All right. I think I'm with you. I'm giving up like fast food or restaurant fries.
I think
HelloFresh potatoes are still okay.
Whereas like, yeah, like if I'm going to try to, I'm not going to give it up, but I'm going to try and cut down on eating out. Hopefully try to eat healthily more at home. I just got to make time to do that. Mm-hmm. But I do want to give myself the out where if I do go out to eat, a little sandwich or a burger or a burrito, you know, whatever you need, but just be mindful and not getting the sides, because it's like, damn, they do feel like empty calories. I mean, they're so tasty, but it's like afterwards I'm like, dang, I didn't need to eat all those damn fries.
We got to do the next pod before Wednesday.
Oh, if we're doing a fast food place?
Yeah.
Oh, true. Damn that.
Okay, with the exception of the pod.
All right, yeah, we'll give ourselves one out. Sheesh.
Sheesh. But that means I'm keeping candy.
Oh my god, she's working through that wholesale bag.
This is a negotiation, okay? Okay.
Like, I give up this, but I get to keep that.
Exactly.
All right. I always like to do a little. Maybe I'll give up candy too, because I've been eating a lot of sour gummies. You think about it, sour gummies are literally just solid sugar with
covered in more
sour sugar on top, and that just does not seem right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But like when you laid out like that, I was like, oh my god. One of my like college mentors back in high school, he said that. He's like, oh, I think I was telling him about Sour Patch Kids. He's like, oh, that's literally just sugar covered sugar. I was like, when you put it like that, that sounds really bad. But in the moment, oh, you're just
Yeah, I'm probably not going to give him anything for Lent, but I will try to be a little more aware about how much processed sugars I eat. Because even like last week, I freaking bought... I was craving Coca-Cola. And
you bought so much soda.
I was at Giant Eagle and they were buy 3 1.25 liter bottles for $4. And I'm like, dude, I don't want the whole 2 liter, so this is perfect.
I need 3 of them. I need 3 of them.
Because if you get one, it's still like $2 or something. It's like, might as well get the other 2.
The deals.
So I got Coca-Cola, cherry Coca-Cola, and Sprite. So 3 different flavors. And I drank all 3 of them in 1 week.
At least it wasn't one day. I thought you were about to say one day. So
no, I could, but I'm like, I get more than halfway down, and I'm like, bro, I gotta slow down.
I should give up chips. I know I've talked about it on the pod. I feel like
I feel like you normally give up chips now.
I do. I feel like I do, don't I? Maybe I should. But chips is one of those ones when I give up. Easter,
you go crazy.
It's stupid crazy how much I go, dude. And then it's just like, oh, it's gross. Like the couple weeks after.
Buy the big bag of chips.
I don't think I could ever do what I did with soda with chips. It's just impossible, dude. There's so many delicious spicy chips. Doritos Dinamita. Their version of the Takis, I think they're better than regular Takis. I ain't even going front. But that's a different topic for a different time.
Yeah.
Those Dynamite Doritos, I like can't eat them anymore because like I ate too many of them. And every time I eat them now, they like hurt my stomach. But they're so good and I can't stop eating them.
Dude, they're so good, but I think their formula is worse than the Takis because I don't know what Doritos does, but they really want to mess your stomach lining up, bro. They're so tasty though. Holy cow.
I feel like growing up, Bella, your fingers were permanently stained red from how many hot chips you would eat.
Oh my god.
I think one time I ate too many Takis that I threw up.
Yeah, you did.
And it was like all red.
I was like, Bella, are you going to stop eating Takis now? And you were like, no.
This just reminded me. I remember my parents always talking about this, like, Bella's eating too many Takis.
But they wouldn't stop buying them for her.
No, my dad wouldn't stop buying them for her. And my mom was like, you already know we're trying to make her cut back. Why do you keep buying them for her? And she's like, well, because she asked me.
He would come back from Sam's Club with like the huge
big old box of the little mini
bags.
Takis.
Yeah.
And then he just Bella's in the corner like, give me more.
Like 3 of them at a time.
So
wait, what?
Like 3 of the mini bags in one sitting.
Well, true. I don't blame it because you open it and you're like, oh, that's so much air. There's so so much air
there's
in
not
there.
enough chips.
There's like literally in those mini ones, there's like 9 chips.
Yeah, I remember at one point they would buy the chips and then they would put them in the cooler in the porch to hide them. And so then whenever my dad would get home, he would just take one out and then be like, here, Bella, here's your Takis for the day.
For the day.
Yeah.
He would ration it.
He had a bell, ping, ping, she like Pavlov's dog. Just every time the door opens, Bella's like,
Takis!
Yeah, that way he wouldn't buy them all the time.
He just throws the bag in at her.
Yeah.
She grabs it with her. She catches it in her mouth and just rips it apart.
So yeah, they're hidden, so Isabella's not just grabbing them. And then my dad doesn't feel bad that he didn't buy one because he can just pull one out.
I used to eat a lot of those mini bags. It was a problem.
Yeah, we know it was a problem. But I was genuinely concerned for a minute.
But now I don't really eat Takis anymore. I've been eating less chips. But sometimes during the weekend, I'll go to CVS and buy some.
Okay.
I remember this one time Jeanette was visiting, and I remember she was telling Bella yeah, I had a friend that was really into Takis and she would eat them every day, and it got to a point that it messed up her stomach and burned the inside of her stomach lining. And I'm like, damn, she's trying to scare Bella straight.
I remember that story, but that did not stop me at all.
Bella was like, mm-hmm.
Bella's licking her fingers clean, unfazed.
She's like, I can't wait for Janice to stop talking so I can go get myself a bag of chips. He's like, get me the fuck my stomach up. How many licks to get to the center of it? Bella's like, how many Takis do I have to eat?
To make a hole in my stomach.
And then it wasn't until she had dinamita, she's like, oh, it was the Doritos ones that messed me up. The Takis are mine though.
Hot Cheetos is okay still.
Hot Cheetos is fine.
That's why I don't buy the big bag of hot Cheetos, because I know I can't control myself.
Dude, it's so messed up though, because you look at it, you're like, the big bag of hot Cheetos is $6.19, but the party size, which is 1.5 times bigger, is only $6.99. Bruh. It's easy, but then you're like, oh my gosh, how did I eat this big ass party size bag of hot Cheetos in 4 days? What the hell is wrong with me?
Because
it's so gross.
You think, oh, I can get a bigger bag, it'll last
me longer,
and it's more budget friendly. But because you have so many, you're like, I just want to eat them.
I can eat a third bowl. Yeah,
you're like,
it's fine.
I just closed the bag, but I need another handful of chips.
Dude, that's the worst when you're like, all right, I'm done, and you're just like, all right, one more handful. All right, let me close it. Oh, wait, one more handful.
Oh
You have the chip clip in your hand. You're rolling it up. Oh wait, hold up. It's so bad. I can't control myself. It's so bad.
I'll sometimes grab the handful and then I'm like, all right, this is annoying, but I'm gonna close the bag with one hand so that these are fresh. I'm not eating them as I'm closing the bag, so I can get full enjoyment out of them. See, and then you finish them I gotta get another handful.
Dude, I'm parsing it my handfuls of 3 fingers. Mind you, Oscar's visual of his handful was his full hand of hot Cheetos. I was like, golly, you get that big of a handful?
Yeah, they're between my fingers.
Oh my gosh. He's got him sticking out
His whole hand is covered in hot Cheeto dust.
Dude, exactly.
Palm to fingertips.
I have to narrow it down to 3.
You're a little civilized, David. You at least just limit it to 3 fingers.
Because
Oscar over here, whole palm the hot Cheetos.
Look,
back.
because once I close that bag, I gotta make sure that whatever I have left is gonna fulfill me, sustain me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That is so crazy. Dude, you literally big old handful. Oh my gosh.
All right, guys, we need to wrap this up.
Well, I'm going to try and eat less chips, I guess.
Good.
Nice.
I'm going to just try to actively not buy chips.
Okay.
That's good.
You can do it, David.
I can do it. It's 40 days.
Right.
My boy, what was his name? He was in the...
Jesus?
No, the guy... the boy in the whale. He was in the whale. In the whale stomach.
Pinocchio?
Bruh. Yes, the same Pinocchio.
from the Misadventures of Flapjack.
Okay, yeah, Captain Knuckles.
Yeah.
You're right.
Captain Knuckles.
Freaking Moses or something, no?
Did he parted the Red Sea?
I don't know what saint was in the whale's stomach.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we don't know.
One of them. Damn, maybe I should read the Bible more.
That's what you should do for Lent.
All right,
One of your books.
One of your books to read is the Bible, David.
Dude, if that would be the only book to read. That would be 36 books worth of
Okay,
reading.
do it then.
Get
Do
the
it
audiobook.
Chapter 1, Adam and Eve. That's how they break it down, right?
Wait, are you saying something or can we wrap it up?
Hold on. I need to find out who the whale guy is. I know it starts with an M. Bible whale guy. Jonah, of course. Jonah Hill.
Freaking Molly's listening to this, just yelling,
Cringing.
Jonah,
It was
dummy."
Jonah, obviously. But he was in there for 40 days. Can you imagine? It probably stank in there. Anyways,
thank you all for listening to this wonderful episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow us on Instagram at Eating Good Pod. Leave us a voicemail if you want to be featured on an episode. There's a link in our Instagram, and we try to link it in each of our episode notes as well. And that's all I got. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
bye. Say bye, Bella. She said, "Nah." Bye.